Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to this forum. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about our safety innovations in our company. And I call my presentation that this is a balance between the routine and safety innovations. In the beginning, a little bit about my person. I'm 40 years old. I'm married. I have 3 wonderful children. And professionally, I'm holding a bachelor degree in German language and literature and MBA degree with a focus on procurement and logistics. I was working for LSG Group for 14 years, and 12 years I was working for European fleet management and procurement, various positions, and last 2 years I'm working as a global manager at a global infrastructure department. I have 2 reporting lines. One reporting line is a global VP head of infrastructure, and second one is the head of strategic fleet management of LSG. And I'm interacting with 5 of our regions, which are Northern America, Latin America, Asia Pacific, emerging markets, and Europe. So LSG Group, who we are, a little bit insight, a little bit some facts and figures. The brand name, as you can see, is LSG Group. We are 100% a daughter company of Lufthansa AG, and we have a presence in 59 countries. The group sales 2 years ago was 3.2 billion euros, and we have 206 customer service centers all over the globe. In 2018, we produced 719 million meals, and we had more than 300 different customers. And LSG Group has experience more than 70 years. LSG Group is a bit more than just a catering company. We have different brands as well, like Evertaste, which are working with retailers, like Spirient, developing equipment and logistics, and also Retail in Motion software solutions. As you can see, our expertise is that we have worked with airlines for more than 75 years already, and we fully understand their concerns and joys, and we always try to fulfill their needs. Also, trained operators, we have been specializing in rail services for over 10 years now, and building off on our airline expertise, our wide range of the products and services helps their customers as well. And retailers as well, we leverage our expertise to the food retailers. So LSG Group is a global market-leading provider of in-flight services. And this includes catering, product development, in-flight equipment, logistics, and technologies. Some of our customers, so it's not possible to show you everything of our customers, but here are some examples, and also train companies and also retailers, just for your information. And here, global map. Those are mainly the airports you can see here on the global map. And just to show you how the industry is, how global it is currently. So, chapter number 2, our equipment on the airfield. And basically, I will have some or give you some examples about our safety innovations here. I'm going to talk a little bit about our high loader fleet. The high loader is the catering truck. We are using the catering trucks to service the aircrafts of our customers. And yes, as mentioned before, we have 5 different regions. And currently, we have more than 2,000 special trucks in our fleet, in our services. And this means as well that they are a lot of different brands, and unfortunately, sometimes a limited amount of suppliers, because catering truck is not only the truck you can buy at your nearest dealership. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it's a very special truck. A truck you can buy at a dealership is only one part of this special asset. So there are many other parts you need to build on the truck, and then after maybe 5, maybe 6 months, you have your new high loader. So, as mentioned before, different types of high loaders. It makes, unfortunately, this whole story very complex. And yes, there are some global and even regional and also local requirements and specifications we need to fulfill. Just as an example, the truck from the US you cannot use the truck from US in Europe. So because, or in Asia, so because of those different regulations and requirements. And of course, the green thinking is also in our company. We also have now electric vehicles and also vehicles with CNG engines or with the compressed natural gas. And here you can see some examples or abbreviations of regulations we need to fulfill if we are ordering a new high loader. A bit more about those types of the high loader. So we have, like mentioned before, many of high loaders, many types of them. We have low caps, we have full cap high loaders. Very complex high loaders are A380 high loaders because they need to be able to cater very spatial planes. Half cap high loaders, and in the US market we have also US high loaders and smaller high loaders which we call FJ tugs. You can see already now this is a complex situation here because every high loader, so there are no high loaders which can cater all planes all over the globe. So for every high loader there are limited types of planes we can cater with them. So something about innovations and safety. So we say safety is never enough, and this is basically which is just a logical of every employee in our company. And if we imagine what could be the horrible day or the very bad day in our industry. So this, for example, is a very bad day, yeah, and pictures we don't want to see, of course, in our daily work, but sometimes it happens, unfortunately. And of course, there are a lot of departments and specialists and professionals who are working every day, thinking every day to prevent, to avoid such a picture, such a happenings on the airports. So the ideas of our employees and the collaboration and interaction with our suppliers, this, besides, of course, of the governmental regulations, this is the key point where our ideas of our employees can meet the technology from our suppliers. So from one point, we say our employees are professionals, and every idea or everyday's experience could help to make some new innovations in safety. For example, driver trainings or regular ramp safety workshops, which we are having, this also can help to prevent such happenings, new procedures, and even the new standards. Yes, regional and global fleet workshops, know-how exchange between the colleagues, and then the interaction with other departments like procurement. And then there are, like I said before, a limited amount of suppliers, and they are actually also our partners. And if they know what our ideas are, then we say there is something, and we can work with suppliers very closely and invest in those new technologies. So after that, the suppliers are working very closely with our colleagues, and if there is a new system in place, we are testing it in our hubs or in our kitchens, in our service centers. And after that, if the system is good and with a great potential, then the system is being recorded in our basic fleet standards of LHG SkyChef. So, which means, for example, that if there is a new safety system which makes totally sense, this system will be included in our standards, and if anybody of our colleagues will order a new high loader or spatial truck, the system needs to be on board. So, for example, here, we call it KISS approach, or keep it safe and simple. The safety, of course, like I said, is one of the LHD SkyChef's core business functions. And here you can see this red circle around the plane. We call it the safety circle. And you can see the 4 small high loaders there. Those are not the 4 high loaders, but this is one high loader, and there are 4 steps, which means the high loader needs to stop at 4 times before approaching the plane. And at every step, the driver has to engage spatial buttons. We call them approach buttons, and it means at the number 2, for example, the turtle mode is being engaged, which means the high loader is driving maximum 6 kilometers per hour. Yeah, and just a next example, which also has been developed over the last years, camera systems. Tiny cameras which are located below the front bridge and the upper edges of the containers. With those camera systems, we have a full view on the high loaders, which means if you are working with a high loader, the plane, sometimes you cannot see everything what happens around your high loader, because the high loader is pretty big truck, 20 tons truck. And if you have such a system in place, you can see, like, from a bird's perspective, what's happening around your high loader. And this innovation was about 5 years ago. It was developed together with our suppliers, and now currently this system needs to be mandatory of every high loader we are ordering. Result, of course, 70% less small accidents with other service providers on airfield, and of course less accidental repair costs. Ultrasonic sensors. So everybody knows what is that. So everybody is driving a car, and when we are parking, so yes, the ultrasonic sensors are not just for parking here. Also, the front bridge or the platform has now a lot of sensors there, and those sensors help a lot to prevent damages as well. Newest models of the high loaders have even the screens and in the cabins, and it helps a lot to prevent any bad things. And yes, of course, those sensors and systems and cameras need to be all weather capable, because we are working in different regions. Last but not least, there is ongoing development on all those systems. Also, automatic anti-collision systems with 3D cameras are being developed. Our newest high loaders have already tests in biggest European hubs, like in Frankfurt, like in Munich, and even the small flashing lights in the back of the high loader with acoustic signals could prevent any of damages. So with that said, this is the clear signal that only even the small idea from our employees could lead to the potentially new system, and this system is being implemented globally. And like I mentioned before, there are no wrong ideas. With everyday's work, we are trying to be more safe and be safe for our customers to prevent any of damages. So with that said, thank you very much for your attention. If there are some questions, thank you.